Hey everybody, welcome back to another Blast from the Past video. Today we will be taking a look at the classified series Gung Ho. This is the original standard release rather than the Walmart retro release. He's number 7 in the line. I've got him in the package because I've got the retro one as my display. I will take a look at that in another video. Classified box, basically the same as all the rest at the moment that we've been going through for the first couple of waves. Image of Gung Ho there, some artwork, window in the top with the number. There's the file card, basically. More artwork on the side. Legalese on the bottom. And of course the big picture of everyone on the back. Now this particular figure has gotten some criticism from fans for not looking anything like the original character of Gung Ho, whereas Cobra Commander, Destro, Duke, and Scarlet all still, look like their original characters. Gung Ho is kind of different. I mean, you can still kind of tell it's Gung Ho if you're a fan of the series, because I mean the mustache, the tattoo on his chest, but he's a drastic change from the original, and his weapon loadout is also criticized from looking really weird, and some of the guns, especially this one at the bottom here, being extremely difficult to get into his hands. And the storage wasn't that great either. You kind of just had to jam them into the slots in the backpack there. The classified team at this point was still trying to figure things out regarding weapon storage. You'll see when I cover the Cobra Troopers, both the classified, the Cobra Island version and the regular release version, you'll see that they used pegs at one point to plug them into the backpack. And then with some of the Snake Eyes, some of the other figures, they use like gaping holes in the weapon itself to plug into pegs on the backpack itself. So they were still figuring things out, weapon storage wise, which is why we have what they got now, what they got here. The way they're doing it now is brilliant. So we'll see some of those when I get to those figures. But for now, let's get Gung Ho out of the package. Yes, he's got a removable hat. All right, here we have Gung Ho, the man himself. Let's see. He's got the vest overlay, which you can take off. All you have to do is, I don't know if you can remove, I've never tried to remove it myself. I know obviously you can, it's pretty easy to remove, but I don't know if you need to pop the arms off or not. I've not tried it myself. You might be able to, if you warm it up enough. Let's see. Maybe if you put his arms behind him like that. Yeah, you can easily get it off that way. Honestly, this figure would be great to do a custom with, especially if you have the retro version for Walmart. And as you can see, the elbow pad here is also an overlay that can come right off. Let's slide it back on there. There's Gung Ho Sans vest. No hat on. As you can see, he's got that little mohawk on the top there. Very Animal from the Road Warriors. It's got that butterfly joint there. This also can come off, although you'd have to remove his hand in order to get it off there. And this down here, a couple of 3-pack of grenades. You can slide that off as well. I'm not going to bother showing any of the other overlays removed in this video. Just stick with the vest. Get it back on there. This piece is really loose, so that's unfortunate. You want to kind of put it up a little bit on the bicep so it doesn't hinder the elbow articulation as well. Speaking of which, Gung Ho, he's got a little bit tilt down. He can look up quite a bit. Got a little bit of tilt, not much. His arm can go all the way around. This piece of the jacket gets in the way, but you can just go around it. He's got the butterfly joints. Got his arm messed up there. There we go. His arm can go forward a little bit. Forward and back. Can hinge up about 90 degrees. He's got the bicep cut. And then on his forearm, or on his hand rather, he's got the horizontal hinge on that hand and on that hand. So no up and down hinge. He does have pinned arms, double jointed. As you can see, his biceps kind of get in the way of going up too far though, so you don't get a lot of movement there. He does have an ab cut, so you can get pretty good crunch there. You can go back a bit. He also has I guess it's a dumbbell at the waist, so he can rock around, twist. Standard drop down hips for G.I. Joe. Drop it down, kicks up like that, kick back. Gung Ho do some fantastic splits there. I don't know what they're teaching them in Louisiana, but he can split like nobody's business. He's got thigh cuts, both legs, boot cut just below the knee, at the top of the boot, so well hidden. That's always the best kind of boot cut, the one that's right at the top there, so you can barely see it. And then he's got pinned, double jointed legs. We'll get to the pinless eventually. Most of the classified figures are releasing nowadays are pinless, but these early ones have pins. His foot can go back that far, go forward that far, and you got the standard rocker action on the ankle there. For accessories, he comes with his hat, or his cover, if you want to use military terms. That pops on right there. It doesn't stick on very well. Like, it's easy to knock it off. But it's also not going to, like, fall off if you turn it. Of course, I say that, and then it drops right off the table onto the floor. Let's try that again. Yeah. Okay, so I was wrong. Apparently it does fall off if you turn them upside down. Alright, so it's really loose. For some reason I thought this one stayed on better than this. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else, like Lady J or something. Or Flint. Or anyone but Roadblock that has a hat. Yeah, that just falls off every time. Okay, I'm not even going to try anymore. He also comes with this backpack. And it's... the pegs that hold the weapons are not really great, to be honest. Like, this is Like I said earlier in the video, they were still trying to work things out as far as weapon storage. So also you gotta kind of line the... It's hard to see where the hole in his back is. So unless you have the vest like right over the hole in his back. Okay, there we go. Can't really plug the backpack in. There it goes. There he is carrying the backpack. Get the hat back on here there. He really doesn't want to stay on. I don't think I had this much trouble with the hat before. Maybe it got cold in storage or something. Okay, he also comes with this grenade launcher, which is not like any grenade launcher I've ever seen in my life. This looks like it would be more at home in like The Mandalorian than classified. Just very futuristic looking grenade launcher. And this, the trigger guard here, it really makes it difficult to get his hand on that thing. Because look at the size of his hands compared to the gun. His hand is just as big as the entire trigger guard. So getting his hand, and then you've got to try to thread his thumb through that section there. It's an exercise in futility for the most part. You really have to like warm his hand up to loosen it up nicely so that you can open it to get it in there. It's not easy. So I rarely use this gun. Even when I had him on display, I didn't use that gun. He also comes with this kind of machine gun type gun. And like I showed before, the early classified guns did not have removable magazines. So you're not going to be able to take that out of there. But once again, this is a really weird looking machine gun. Another type of futuristic looking gun. Like, I don't even know what it fires. Look at the barrel of that thing. I mean, what comes out of there? Seriously. And then lastly, you have this shotgun, which is, it's got the same kind of barrel, really, as the machine gun. Aside from the end, it looks more, realistic than the other guns do. But then you get to the end, and it's like, again, what comes out of there? I mean, what exactly are they shooting out of there? Even in the cartoon, the laser guns that they just fired lasers, basically, they still had, like, normal barrels, But you can stick these guns, maybe not that one, there we go, into the side of the backpack there. They kind of just peg in right into those, like, clip areas. It doesn't work very well. But as I've mentioned before, they improved on this dramatically. They were just hitting their stride, basically. And then this one, I think this is the only spot where this can go, because it's too thick to go into either of those spots there. So you gotta like thread it in down there by the handle. Yeah, weapon storage is a mess with this guy. There you have Gung Ho. As I said before, I've got the retro version, so he's the one I've got in my display. I'm not using this one anymore. He's just packaged up and in storage at the moment. I don't know what I'm going to do with him, to be honest. I might try to do some custom work on him at some point. But I definitely am not going to use the guns. The guns, even if I do take them out of the package again after this video, the guns will never come out of that package again. I do not like those guns at all. And I'm glad that they rectified that with the retro version. So that's the end of this Blast from the Past video. Give me a like and subscribe. Comment down below. Do you have this Gung Ho? What do you think of him? Do you have the same gripes as I do? Do you not like the weapons? Did you figure out how to get his hand into that grenade launcher's trigger guard? And stay tuned for tomorrow and I'll be going back to the X-Men 97 to take a look at Rogue. And then Sunday, I'll be opening another box of the Panini Prism 2022 NFL football cards, looking for that Brock Purdy rookie. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.